the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New media today, USA Boxing. We are back. Back another day. Got a concert I'm getting ready to go to tonight. So we're gonna keep this live straight, concise, and to the point, and then we out of here. See what I'm saying? We're gonna we're not gonna go past the 2-hour mark, maybe just an hour and a half. So we're gonna get straight to the point. Man. There's a whole lot of shit going on today, man. I saw the Frank Warren interviews. I saw the Romero and Tank Davis interviews, press conference. Floyd Mayweather is back fighting again. He has a press conference. I think he's doing it in Miami. Not too far from me. Whole lot of shit going on. Let's talk about it. We're gonna deal with old fish eyes first, and then we moving on. You know me, I'm not into the promoters. I'm not fans of promoters. I'm fans of the sport of boxing. As long as the promoters giving us the fights that we want, that's all I care about. But I do know in 2022, you do have fans of promoters. We have fans of promoters. I do know that. I'd give two F's about those type of fans. You're a fan of a promoter, I ain't. You like promoters, I like the fights. Those type of guys. You see what I'm saying? But anyways, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. And let's get into this. Let's give everybody a round of applause. I got $1 million question. $1 million question. Now, Frank Warren did kind of answer it, but it didn't make any sense because the guy who was interviewing him said, "Well, hey man, I'll let you guys check it out. Go check out the actual interview that Frank Warren did with he did two. He did one with Seconds Out, and he did another one with IFL TV. I love looking at the comments to see what the people are saying, because the comments is where the content is at. The comments, and this is some game for any content creator. The comments are where the content is at. The content, because the content represents, the comment section. Sorry about that. The comment section it represents the people who are interested or not interested or whatever the case may be. So you can find out all the information that you need to find out from the people who are leaving the comments. They'll tell you everything you need to know. Now, it's marketing 101. Now, Warren is upset with Dillian Whyte, guys. You know what I mean? And I wonder why. I want to know why he's upset with Dillian Whyte. Romero says he's knocking Tank out, knocking Tank that F out. Press conference, you know what I mean? That was kind of heated. Tank got kind of, went saying he'll send them goons or somebody at his house, and pretty much, just letting Rolly know, hey man, we can make it some street shit if that's what you want to do. Whatever. The typical nigga shit. But anyways, it's gonna be no one believes that Rolly Romero is going to win this fight. No one. Everyone, it's a foregone conclusion that Rolly Romero is going to lose and get knocked out. So if Tank does knock him out, he did what 100% of people who watch the sport of boxing knew that he was going to do. He's fighting a guy that has 14 professional fights, literally doesn't have a amateur background, and I think he started boxing when he was 17, something like that. So he's doing what he's supposed to do. Knock a guy out who doesn't have any talent, doesn't have any skill, and is not on your level from a skill set standpoint. That's facts. True. Now, Frank Warren is upset with Dillian Whyte. You know what I mean? If the bottom line, the question I have is this: I don't know why he's upset with Dillian Whyte, because in the interview he said that the bottom line is already met, because this fight has been sold out in the UK. So that means that Frank Warren, they made all of their money back and some, right? They made whatever they made. It sold out, what, 90,000, 94,000? 94,000? Okay, cool. So if you sold all of those tickets, like you say you did, you see what I'm saying? Then you should be happy. But I'm trying to figure out why he's upset. And he said some contradictory shit to me, but that's neither here nor there. I give two fucks about Frank Warren myself. I give two fucks about any of the promoters. I'm not fans of promoters. I'm just not. I never have been. It's only one guy that I've been a fan of, a promoter of, and that was Don King. Because Don was consistent. Now, I didn't like him the way he treated his fighters from a pay standpoint. He'll pay them, but then he'll take all the money back. But outside of that, he gave us the fights. He was the fans' promoter. These promoters today are not the fans' promoter in my eyes. That's how I feel about it. Now, they do put on some good fights, and I'm not complaining. We do have some good fights lined up for the month of April. So I want to congratulate those promoters who did make these fights that we're going to watch in the month of April. I want to congratulate them. You know, I don't want to be too hard on them, but it is what it is as it relates to me. So give everybody a round of applause. Now, in a recent interview on IFL TV, Frank Warren expressed how upset he is at Dillian Whyte. I have the receipts. For not participating in promoting his upcoming fight with Tyson Fury. The interviewer asks if the bottom line has already been met, meaning Frank Warren has already made his money back from the ticket sales of the event. And he said, if that is the case, which Frank Warren said it is the case, then the reporter asked him, the guy who did the interviewing, he said, then why are you so mad at Whyte for not helping promote the fight when the fight has already sold itself? If the fight has already sold itself, Tyson Fury is the biggest megastar in the history of the sport of boxing, and he sold out. This is the biggest event, according to Frank Warren. He said this is the largest event ever in the history of the UK. 94,000 seats sold out. So I'm like, well, shit, what is there to promote? The tickets have already sold. You see what I'm saying? The tickets are already sold. You know what I mean? But that was a good question that the interviewer asked him. Now, as we already know, Bob Arum is supposed to be promoting this fight over here in the States as well. You know, him and Bob Arum are promoting this fight together. From what I'm hearing, Bob Arum, this was a joint promotion. Bob Arum put some bread up, you know, to help win the purse bid with Fury and Whyte and all that stuff there. I can tell you right now, in America, no one over here in America is talking about Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Just being honest with you. Why, I have no idea, but they're not. They're not. You know, so Bob Arum is supposed to be promoting this fight, but Bob is not doing a good job, apparently, or whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or maybe he is doing a good job. Bob doesn't really promote anymore like he used to when Don King was around. He just make the fights and he doesn't really do any promotion. You see what I'm saying? When Frank Warren was asked about why the fans are so upset about the underwhelming undercard, I've been hearing a lot of noise about this undercard Frank Warren put together on this fight and yada, 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 yada. Frank simply replied that he did not have the money to pay for a better undercard because he simply doesn't have the money. Why? Is because he had $41 million tied up into this fight. And this is what he said. I have the receipts. I have the receipts. I always come with the receipts. All of his money is tied up into the main event, which is Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Frank said that he was constricted financially because he bid $41 million. Now, sorry about that. 41 million pounds to win the purse bid. Frank seems like he's having a case of buyer's remorse, in my opinion, from what I've watched on the interview. Hey, you paid 41 million pounds. You and Bob Arum put your money together to secure the fight. You sold out your event in what? An hour or something like that, in minutes or less than an hour, or however you sold it out. Whoop-de-doo. Let's give Frank Warren a round of applause. Him and Bob Arum. Frank also said that he liked to have what did Frank say? Oh yeah, Frank also said that he'd like to have more money to play with. You know what I mean? He would have had more money to play with if he would have been able to win that bid for $32 million, 32 million pounds, just like Matchroom Promotions did. He said if he was able to bid that low and win the purse bid, kind of like what Matchroom Promotions did, he said that would have gave him more money to play with in order to make a better undercard. This is what he said. Got the receipts. I have the receipts. Dillian has been radio silent, but it shouldn't matter. in my opinion. Why? Because according to Frank Warren, Tyson Fury is a global superstar. And he is the only reason why this fight is sold out. So the fight sold out. You have the global superstar Tyson Fury. I wouldn't even worry about Dillian Whyte not showing up. I wouldn't even worry about Dillian Whyte. I'm saying me, I wouldn't. It doesn't even matter. It's done. I got the biggest star on the planet, according to Frank Warren. There's no fighter bigger than Tyson Fury. That's his opinion, right? And he's supposed to say that. Kind of like when Leonard says that Tank Davis is a global superstar. He's the biggest fighter in the sport, and he's the cash cow of the lightweight division. They're supposed to say that. This is what promoters do. You know, they use a lot of hyperbole. You see what I'm saying? Now, Frank also talked about how pay-per-view was a gamble, and he has no idea what the pay-per-view numbers will be. The interviewer, in my opinion, did an excellent job in questioning Frank. He did a damn good job. He asked Frank all of the right questions. Frank's, in my opinion, from what I observed, he looked to me kind of worried in his interview. He was upset about Dillian Whyte. I have no idea. You made your money, right? You got your money. I suspect that there's a lot of smoke and mirrors going on as it relates to this fight that Frank is not telling the public. Promoters always lie. They're not going to tell you everything. They're going to tell you what they feel you need to know or want to hear. This is what they do, right? At the end of the day, who cares? I give two whats myself, as long as we see the fight. Frank also voiced his frustrations with Seconds Out. He did an interview on Seconds Out as well. I'm gonna let you guys hear that. Let's look at the comment section and see how the people feel about this fight. Because I've been hearing that in the UK, ain't nobody really been. I've been hearing from people who live in the UK, live in London. So I spoke to them on the phone, did an interview, you know, with some people in the UK, YouTube channels. And from what they're telling me, we'll see. We'll see what's up, though. We'll see what's up. Let's go ahead and talk to the people, man. Let's talk to the people. Charles Stevens, he said, in my opinion, the UK doesn't need to be promoted over here in the US. Some of their fighters, Joshua, etc., sell out stadiums without US help. Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Charles, is, you know, boxing is a global sport. It's not a country sport. It's a global sport. And if you have a US promoter that's a part of those promotions, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, boxing is a global sport. I mean, you get what I'm saying? So, but you is right about that, though. In the UK, they sell out, their fighters to sell out a stadium. They sell out stadiums left and right in the UK. That's why I say, man, the UK, they really, really holding it down from a boxing standpoint. The UK and the brothers and sisters in the UK and the brothers and sisters in Mexico. They really holding it down. They really holding it down. Hold on, guys. I look like somebody at my damn door. Who at my door? Who at my door? Hold on. Yeah, you have to put that down, partner. You got to put that down. Yeah, got a camera on my phone. I see everything. Got cameras all over the house. We see everything from every angle. Anyways, Knockdown 305. What did you say, fam? He said, who complains about a sellout? Yeah. I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea. But I'm gonna let you hear it though. I'm gonna let you hear it though, so you can see. So you can see. Like I said, a whole lot of shit going on today. Anti-project, what you say? He said this is the worst undercard I've seen. It doesn't. It's already sold. You see what I'm saying? Anti-project. Sorry, I said anti. Anti-project. It's already sold. It's already sold. They got their money now. They got their money now. He said Dillian is acting like a baby. He thinks he's worth a fortune, but won't promote the fight. But just a fan, he doesn't need to promote the fight. The fight is already sold. You see what I'm saying? Now, whatever's in that contract, I don't know. Frank Warren is saying one thing. I'm only hearing what's coming from the side of Frank Warren. Me, I don't get caught up in, you know, what this promoter said and what that promoter said. I know that promoters lie all the time. You see what I'm saying? I know this, right? I know this. They lie all the time. Shit, Don King was one of the masters at it. Bob Arum is a master at it. Yesterday I was lying. Today I'm telling the truth. This is what they do, right? So I don't know. I really don't care. We had a fight going down. If you feel like Dillian Whyte is acting like a baby, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with feeling that way. Me personally, I don't care. You know what I mean? All I know is as long as no one pulls out of the fight. When is that? Hey, when is that fight? Just a fan. When is this fight? The 23rd or something like that? Is it the 23rd? Where's that fight at? Yeah, the 23rd. As long as when the 23rd gets here and they get in the ring and fight each other, that's all I care about. You know what I mean? That's all I care about, fam, to be honest with you. Nikita, he say Whyte is getting paid nearly $8 million. No, not dollars, pounds. He's getting pounds. They're getting paid in pounds. Manning 209, what you say, fam? He said they must really have good tea and crumpets at those stadiums in the UK. He said showing up for the press conference is a fighter's job. Yeah. You're right, it's a fighter's job. It's not my job to care, though, to be honest with you. It's not my job to care. He say, Coach, don't forget about those pay-per-views. Yeah. I mean, it should do very well. Should do very well. You know what I mean? Let's see. Gabriel, what you say? You say how much y'all pay for the zone in the US? Then that's a good question. I was paying $9.99 a month. I might be grandfathered in. As a matter of fact, I think I'm grandfathered in. Because I think I was paying $9.99 a month. And then I heard it went up. So I don't even know. To be honest with you, I hadn't subscribed to them like probably like 8, 9 months ago. And I don't even check the bill, to be honest with you. It just automatically comes out. You see what I'm saying? Kelly Malia, what you say? It's only about contact. It's only about contact, in my opinion. Okay. No need to promote this fight for Fury. Yeah, you got people who all on a different side. Aiden, what you say, fam? You say Tank taking this fight personal, Coach. Somebody most definitely get knocked out. Yep. Barcelona United, what you say, fam? You say $20? Okay, yeah. I don't know. I haven't even checked it. To be honest with you. Anyways, let's go over here and see what old Frank Warren is upset about. See what he's upset about. Let you guys hear this right quick. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education purposes only. I do not own the rights to this material. It's for education. Sarcastic, of course. I'm a Capricorn. I'm naturally sarcastic. Education purposes only. Let's see. Frank, where you at, boy? Okay, here we go. Here goes Mr. Frank Warren here. Oh, what they call him, old fish eyes? He goes fish eyes right here. Let's see. What is he upset about? I don't know who this guy was who was asking him questions. He did a damn good job. I really like this guy. This is Frank Warren right here, guys. This is him on this is the IFL TV. And then we're gonna move right on into Tank Davis and Rolly Romero. Let's see what's up, though. This is him right here, guys. I want you guys to see him. You know what I mean? So this is the interview right here he did on IFL TV, okay? Here we go.
As dealt with, we know the situation with that. Now, I've asked you this question before. Dillian Whyte not participating in a promotion. You've said before it won't affect the bottom line and the pay-per-view sales. Are you still adamant about that?
Well, it hasn't affected the ticket sales. And I've got to assume that.
Now, that was a good question. He said Dillian Whyte not showing up to promote the fight, whatever the case may be. He said you said that it would not hurt the bottom line. It would not affect the bottom line. That's all that matters. If I'm a promoter, what the bottom line is, baby boy? Did we meet the bottom line? Yeah. My investors who invested this money to help us win this first bid, did we meet the bottom line? Yeah. Okay, that's good. That's all I would care. That's all I care about. But let's continue.
That will go on with the pay-per-view. Plus the fact he's got contractual obligations. He's in breach of some of them, but he's got contractual obligations to do certain things on the week of the show, and I'm hoping he's going to fulfill them. Otherwise, there's going to be a problem.
I know you said about it hasn't.
So he said that if Dillian Whyte doesn't fulfill his contractual obligations and he's already in breach of his contractual obligations, that there's going to be a problem. That's what he said. I don't give a damn, to be honest with you, but let's go.
The ticket demand before, but in terms of a pay-per-view audience, we're talking about a wider audience. We're talking about 94,000 people at Wembley. I know there was 200,000 people in the queue for the tickets, but we're talking about over 1 million people here for the pay-per-view. So him not putting a single thing on social media, him not turning up to the launch press conference, you don't believe that affects box office buyers?
Well, you said all the things he hasn't done. He hasn't done any of them, and it hasn't affected the ticket sales. So we'll see.
Okay, so he said Dillian Whyte has not done anything, and it has not affected the ticket sales. So that's bam. That's cool right there. You good. You Gucci on that. Let's continue.
Where we go, but I genuinely think, Tyson, who has promoted this on his own, nobody else. I genuinely still believe that the British public are behind him. I think will be really looking in to see him in a good fight. I hope that Dillian will fulfill his contractual commitments.
All right. He said he hoped that Dillian will fulfill his contractual commitments. Let's continue.
It's good for him as well. The public want to hear from him. They want to hear how he feels, what he thinks can happen in the fight. Of course they do. If he doesn't do it, then we got a problem with him after the fight, and we'll deal with that. But I hope he's going to do what he should do.
All right. So he said that if Dillian Whyte doesn't do what he's contractually bound to do, he said we will have a problem after the fight, and we are prepared to do what we need to do. So again, whatever that is, guess what? I don't care. Because when Dillian Whyte get paid, Coach Malachi don't get a cut of none of his money. When Frank Warren gets paid, I don't get a cut of none of Frank Warren's money. Bob Arum, Tyson Fury, whatever the case may be. So whatever they got going on as it relates to money and contracts and splits and stuff like that, are they going to be in the ring on the 23rd of April? Yes, that's all I give a damn about. All the other shit, that's above my pay grade. Let's go.
If that is the case and it doesn't affect pay-per-view sales as you believe, then I'm believing that you don't have any disappointment or anger towards him because it's not affecting the bottom line.
Of course I'm pissed off with him. It's not about that. The bottom line is one thing. The other side of it is this is a historic event.
Okay, so that was a damn good question. He said, hold on, wait, hold on. I'm gonna hear that again. I want to make sure. That was a good question.
If that is the case and it doesn't affect pay-per-view sales as you believe, then I'm believing that you don't have any disappointment or anger towards him because it's not affecting the bottom line.
Damn good question. If it's not affecting the bottom line, Tyson Fury is the megastar, and he's the reason he sold out 794,000 seats in the stadium by himself, and they're gonna do over 1 million pay-per-view buys by Tyson Fury by himself. Then, you get. I'm lost. But let's continue.
I'm pissed off with him. It's not about that. The bottom line is one thing. The other side of it is this is a historic event for British boxing. It's the biggest ever grossing event, biggest gate ever. He should be part of it. He should be in there. His kids down the road will want to be seeing, Dad, you was involved.
Okay, so anyways, I ain't gonna keep letting y'all hear all that shit. So basically, Frank Warren is just saying that, hey man, he should be a part of it, yada 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 yada. There's a section here where he talks about the pay-per-view being a gamble. I want you guys to hear that though. Hold on. He talked about the pay-per-view being a gamble. We really don't know.
What am I gonna be happy about that for? No one would be happy. I'm certainly not happy with it. Why should I be?
Mm-hmm. But if it's not affecting the pay-per-view sales in the end, surely you got to look at that as a positive.
Yeah.
What's he getting paid for? Well, I do look at it as a positive in as much that how much the public are getting behind Tyson.
Okay.
Of course, why wouldn't I get pissed off with him?
Okay.
We're paying him. He's getting $7.5 million, and he's got a $4 million upside if he wins.
Okay. Okay. So I understand Frank Warren's position. He's like, hey, look here, man. Look here, baby boy. Check this out. Because they say that Dillian Whyte only makes 300,000 pounds. Because that's what he reported to the WBC. And Frank Warren is saying, hey, listen, man, I'm paying you 7.5 million pounds, and you're making 30 times more than what you've ever made. You're a 300,000 pound fighter. I'm paying you 7.5 million pounds. Like you should be grateful and thankful to me. If it wasn't for me, you'll still be making the 300,000 pounds you was making with Eddie Hearn. This is what Frank Warren said. Oh boy.
32 times more than the amount he got paid for his last purse, according to the WBC. 32 times more. And we're acting like we're the enemy. I mean, as I bang on about it and keep saying, if Matchroom had won the purse bid, if we hadn't a bid, then he would be getting 2 million less and 1 million less upside.
Okay, so Frank Warren is making a valid point. He said, hey, look here, baby boy. Look here, baby boy. Check this out, man. Y'all ain't, man, shit, you know. You were making peanuts while fighting with Eddie Hearn. I'm the one came through, baby boy. I gave you your biggest payday. This is what Frank Warren is saying. You should be thankful to me. You should be on your knees praising me and begging me, thanking me for what I've done for you. This is what Frank Warren is. This is my interpretation of it.
Now, you know, see undercard last night. Being honest, the fan reaction was disappointed in terms of the occasion this is and the price point for the BT undercard. So can you make any response about the card you put on for Fury Whyte?
Yeah, I've got to be quite honest about it. I mean, we lost. Anthony Yard was supposed to fight on there, but unfortunately.
So he's addressing the undercard. I know a lot of you guys in the UK, some of you guys feel some type of way about this undercard. Over here in America, ain't nobody talking about this fight. I'm just being honest with you, dog. I'm being completely honest with you. Like everyone over here, these boxing fans are just disengaged with whatever's going on with Dillian Whyte and Fury. I'm just being honest with you guys. But I do know in the UK, from what I've been reading in the comments, looking at all of the YouTube boxing channels and stuff like that, that's UK related. I do know that, you know, you guys have really been complaining about what's going on in the undercard, and he's going to break that down as to why.
Okay. Bob Arum's heavyweight was supposed to be on there. Jared was supposed to be on there, but he got injured. But it's a decent fighting card. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, everybody keeps saying, how's this going to work financially? We put all our money into the main event, but we've got a good fighting undercard. There's a couple of really good cracking fights on there. And
I don't know who's on the undercard. So I don't know if it, you know, and then too, when you look at undercards, guys, sometimes the undercard fights, sometimes on paper, it doesn't look good. But then when the fight actually happens, it's like, damn, that shit was pretty good. What is an example? Esau Cruz and Tank Davis. Esau Cruz, there was nothing hellified about that, about Esau Cruz. Just being honest. Wasn't nobody even talking about this guy. Everybody, it was a foregone conclusion that Tank was going to knock this dude out. Remember, I was the one that said he going to knock him out in 3 rounds. I said he was slow. He had slow footwork. Come to find out, Esau Cruz could fight. Not only did he go 12 rounds, when he left the ring, it didn't even look like he had a fight. He didn't have a scar. He didn't have a scar or a blemish on his face. So just because the undercard doesn't look, it's not to the boxing fans' liking, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be any good fights. There might be some good fights on those undercards.
It's what it is. By the way, we kick off at 6 o'clock. 9:30, the ring gets cleared. We've only got 3.5 hours to put any fights on.
Okay.
What was your reaction last night when you heard the fans weren't happy with the undercard?
Okay.
Obviously, disappointed. We want to deliver every time, but we are obviously at the end of the day constricted by the fact we bid $41 million for the fight. If we bid 32 million, as Matchroom did, then we'd have more money to play with.
You heard what he said? Did you hear what he said? Let me let you hear that again. Let me let you hear that again.
Gets cleared. We've got a good fighting undercard. There's a couple of really good cracking fights on there.
Okay.
And it is what it is. By the way, we kick off at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
9:30, the ring gets cleared. We've only got 3.5 hours to put any fights on.
What was your reaction last night when
I like this question?
You heard the fans weren't happy with the undercard?
Well, obviously disappointed. We want to deliver every time, but we are obviously at the end of the day constricted by the fact we bid $41 million for the fight. If we bid
so he said that, you know, they have been constricted by bidding $41 million for the fight. And he's going to say, if we would have been able to bid $32 million, kind of like what Matchroom did, we would have more money to play with. So what he's saying is the reason why we have such a crap undercard was because I didn't have the money to pay the fighters in order to fight under this undercard, because we got all of our money tied up into the main event. So they didn't have the money to pay for a better undercard. So they had to get some dudes from the local pubs and stuff like that and pay them in shandies and crumpets and all that, whatever. You see what I'm saying? And y'all come over here and fight. And the fans are upset about that. But Frank Warren is saying, hey, man, I'm constricted. Let's go.
32 million, as Matchroom did, and we'd have more money to play with.
Frank, I know you said that Jared Anderson was supposed to be on the card. Anthony Yard was rumored to be on the card. What other fights did you lose that were you looking to make for the card?
Well, they remain 2. I was hoping those 2 were going to be on there, and that would have been the card plus the other guys, plus a couple of the other fights on there. But it's not happened. So we worked very hard, and that's what's delayed us announcing the undercard for at least the last 10 days.
All right, so now you guys know why they were so late in announcing the undercard. He was trying to get it together. Frank was trying to get it together. He was trying to put together a good undercard, but whoever he was trying to pay, you know, some of the fighters were Arum fighters. They were like, look, dog, we ain't. Well, one guy got injured. Jared Anderson got injured. He had to pull out. But they're like, dude, we not, you know, what you want to pay us? You want to pay us in shandies? Like, you want us to fight for shandies. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a keg. We're gonna give you a whole keg of shandies. You know what I mean? You're gonna be good. And they're like, no, dog, we need some more money, dog. We're not gonna fight for nothing. The fighters, you know, so he had to get who he can get. You know what I mean? He had to get who he can get. You see what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. It is what it is. So whatever, you know, Frank Warren did what he had to do. You know what I mean? They made their money back. According to him, everything is good. Everything is Gucci. He just upset with Dillian. He's just upset with Dillian Whyte for not fulfilling his contractual obligations. And he said that, hey, man, you know, Dillian Whyte will, if he's in breach of contract, and we would deal with that after the fight. So maybe he's planning on suing Dillian Whyte, taking that money back that they're paying him since he's not fulfilling his contractual obligations. Either way it go, I don't care. We got 2 guys fighting in the heavyweight division on the 23rd. That's all I care about. All the other shit, they got to worry about that. Edgar, what you say? Sounds like a personal problem, Frankie. Hey, Edgar, you ain't trying to hear it up. Sounds like a personal problem. The thing that's throwing me off, Frankie, is this. You made your money. You sold 94,000 tickets. According to what you're saying, I have no proof of it. But according to what you're saying, you sold 94,000 tickets. This is the largest event in the history of the UK. According to what Frank Warren said. This is the largest event in the history of the UK. You made your money. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to find, oh, here we go. Here you go, right here. Let's go here. You made your money, right? You good. You Gucci. You see what I'm saying? You Gucci. Hold on, guys. You Gucci. Let's go to seconds out, though. You made your money back. You Gucci. Y'all should be happy to the motherfucker. I wouldn't, you get what I'm saying? Whatever you got to do with Dillian Whyte, the sue him and stuff like that, y'all handle that. You know what I mean? Now, us as fans, and fans should be, like me, I don't know who's on the undercard. I really don't care. I just want to see the main event, to be honest with you. But there are some people who say, hey, man, you know, we paying our hard-earned money to go to this fight. We want to see a better undercard. Understandably so. It's what the people want at the end of the day. And that's what I liked about Don King. Don King gave the people what they wanted. And there hasn't been a promoter who's done that since, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know what I mean? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the like button. Let's go. See what Frankie talking about.
Obligations. His obligation is to help
Here you go.
contracts.
Here you go.
To be joined once again by Hall of Fame promoter
Listen
Frank
to this.
Warren here at the lovely Milo's restaurant in Piccadilly Circus.
Now, this is seconds out.
Frank, what made you choose the place? I didn't know you were a bit Greek.
Hold on. Hold on.
Of humus indeed, right up until this morning before we filled our faces and drunk.
Okay, let's go.
Which gives him his obligations under that contract, and also gives us obligations.
Okay, this is Frank Warren on seconds out.
Obligations there to publicize and help promote the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment, he's in breach of those, which is very, very disappointing.
Okay.
But we are where we are. And in the meantime, as you know, we put another 4,000 tickets that the Brent Council allowed us to put on sale today.
Okay.
And thankfully, they're gone. They're all sold. So, you know, the fact that Tyson is back after 4 years in the UK, having conquered America.
He said, having conquered America, Tyson came to America, and he's back in the UK after 4 years after having conquered America. That was some nice choice of words. After having conquered America. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing, man. Hey, okay. We're dropping them 5 pounds on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to Jamie, man. He say big up to my brother, Coach Malachi. Salute to everyone in the chat. He say roll on the weekend. Yeah. Me and Jamie did an interview yesterday, so he gonna drop that this weekend. Yeah, man. Frankie, babe. You know what I'm gonna do? Y'all call. In the UK, you guys call Frank Old Fish Eyes. I'm gonna give him a new nickname. You know, I'm good with giving people nicknames. I'm gonna just call Frank. I'm gonna call Frank Warren. I'm gonna just say Frankie Baby. Frankie Baby. Frankie Baby. Tell him how you feel, Frankie Baby.
3 epic fights with Deontay Wilder. He's back here. You know, the fact that Tyson is back after 4 years in the UK, having conquered America. 3 epic fights with Deontay Wilder. He's back here now, and I think the British public got massive appetite to see him live and back in action.
Oh, man, he conquered America. So he beat Wilder 3 times after beating Wilder 3 times. We conquered America now. Well, you didn't conquer America because you still got we still got Trevor Bryan. You still got Trevor Bryan over here. You see what I'm saying? So we still got our other champ. You took down one champ. You took down the champ from Alabama, right? But you didn't take the champ down from Albany, New York. That's the champ that you need to get. You left one stone unturned.
If you can, what the other side's kind of latest position is on participation, particularly in fight week.
I don't know what their position is. All I know is what contractual position is.
You're talking to them. There are negotiations continuing. What's their?
He's not now. This is what he's really going to get into. He's going to really show he's going to get into it. Listen to this part right here, guys.
The negotiation period was there, and then you have a purse bid. And after the purse bid, you sign a contract, and that tells you both parties' obligations. His obligation is to help promote the fight.
Okay.
There's no. What's there to negotiate about?
Hey, Frankie Baby say, he say, look, what is there to negotiate about? You signed the contract. The contract said you're supposed to do A, B, C, and D. There's nothing to negotiate. Listen, whatever's in the contract is what's in the contract. You signed it, baby boy. You got to do what's already in there. He does have a valid point now. He does have a valid point. Now, I ain't fanning enough promoting, but I'm just saying, though. He does have a valid. You know, it's like you hire somebody for some services. Hey, man, look here, baby boy, check this. I want to hire you for your services. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to break bread and pay you. We have an agreement. And then, then after you pay the guy, man, you know what, dog, man, I don't know, dog. I mean, I ain't really got my bread yet, but I'm just saying, dog. I mean, you know, if this is the way it's going down, I get what he's saying. You know what I mean? Frankie Baby, tell him, Frankie Baby.
Up to do certain things as we did, and that's what he's obliged to do.
And are they
on the missing list? Where is he? You know, he's no social media. There's nothing. This is wrong.
Are they asking you?
Frank, man. Frank say he's wrong. Frank say this is unacceptable. I'm paying him all his goddamn money. I'm paying him more money he's ever got paid in his life. You know, this is what Frank Warren is saying. Frankie Baby, Dillian Whyte. When you was with Matchroom, you was making 300,000 pounds per fight. This is according to the WBC. I'm paying you more money than you ever made in your life. You was living you was living at the trailer parks when I found you. Eddie Hearn wasn't really paying you. I come along, pay you the biggest purse of your life, and you treat me like I'm the bad guy. This is what Frankie Baby said. This is what Frankie Baby said. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's getting paid. You know what I mean? He said Fury hates the UK. And the vast majority in the UK can't suffer him. The US can keep him. You know what, man? Shit, I can't listen. The fight sold 94,000 seats. So he must got a lot of fans over there. Because according to Frank Warren, Dillian Whyte really don't have any fans. And Tyson Fury is the one that has the most fans in the UK. So according to Frank Warren, you know, hey man, I mean, I'm just, I don't know. I'm not from the UK, my brother. I don't know. I don't know, fam. I'm just going by what Frankie Baby said. Frankie Baby. Hey, you know, if I ever met Frank Warren, that's what I call him. I say, Frankie Baby, check this out, man. Let me holler at you. Let me talk to you. Let me pull you to the side and shit. And I just have a conversation with him. Just pick his brain. But let's go.
When you have these talks with them to get them to confirm that they'll do what they should be doing.
They want the firstborn. They want, you know, you name it, you name it, they want it.
I think we've gone past that with you, Frank.
Yeah, no, tell me about it, mate. No, no. What do they want? They ask for tickets. They've asked for being allowed to put a camera crew in now.
Okay.
24 security people.
Okay.
It's all garbage. I mean, come on. This is
Has their stance softened?
Frank said there's some bullshit. He said Dillian Whyte is being unreasonable. He's asking for security. He want tickets. He want tickets to the World Cup when it, you know what I mean. He want a private jet. He want me to, he want me to fly people in from Greece. He want me to build him a condo. This is Frank Warren. Like, look, this ain't even in the contract, dog. I'm not asking. All I'm asking you to do, baby boy, is just do what's in the contract. That's all I'm asking. This is what Frankie Baby is saying for what I'm interpreting. Now, again, we've only heard one side. I don't know what's going on. I don't care what's going on. I really don't care, to be honest with you. I'm not emotionally invested in this shit, to be honest with you, as it relates to the politics of it. I do want to see the fight, though. The reason why I want to see this fight, I'm going to tell you why. There's two reasons I want to see this fight. The first reason is I want to see Tyson Fury defend his title for the second time in his career. And how would he be able to handle a matchup with Dillian Whyte, right? Can he knock him out and let him know, hey, man, I'm the big fish over here in the UK. I'm the big fish over here. I want to see, can he do that? That's one. Two, the second reason why I want to see this fight is Dillian Whyte, from what I hear from his fans, he's been treated wrong. He's been victimized by the system of boxing, and Mauricio Suleiman did him wrong, and this and that, and yada, 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 yada. And he's been waiting since 1972 to get a shot at the title, and now that his time has finally arrived, he's gonna win. This is what they say, right? So me, I'm like, okay, cool. That's how y'all feel. They're gonna chop it up, baby boy. Okay, cool. So I want to see this fight. I want to see what Tyson Fury is going to do from what his fans have been saying, and I want to see what Dillian Whyte is going to do from what his fans have been saying. Because once they get in the ring, that's going to settle everything. That's why I want to see this fight. That's what makes it more interesting to me. You see what I'm saying? To be honest with you. Now let's see. Now this is the biggest event in the history of the UK. So. According to what Frank Warren is saying, I don't know, but I haven't done any research on it. But according to Frank Warren, this is the biggest event in the UK. So Tyson Fury has sold this fight by himself, according to what he said. Not Dillian Whyte. According to what Frank Warren is saying. Let's go.
At all, though, since all this broke, and obviously the public opinion seems to be going the other way.
So our point of communication is with Jeff Bence, and Jeff Bence is absolutely ridiculous in where he's at. I mean, he actually said, I think it's on one of the radio stations, that he was a promoter. So I don't know. First of all, I don't know who he ever promoted. Did he promote?
Frank said, first of all, I don't know who he has ever promoted. Does he promote? He says he's a promoter. I got help, Frank Warren. Frank Warren funny the motherfucker, dog. He's hilarious to me.
Did he ever promote his license? If he did, no wonder he's no longer a promoter anymore, because he doesn't understand the first thing about promoting.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere he had a promoter's license in California, but no actual shows were put on under that.
All right, what you say, my brother Takiji? You say this fight is the biggest box office in UK history. Okay, shit. All right, we see if that's the case. I don't have any receipts on that, my brother. But if that is the case, Takiji, let me go ahead and give you a true. Let's continue.
License.
Well, what a shock. You take promoter's license out and you don't put any shows on. Well, that tells you all you need to know, doesn't it? But the bottom line of all of it is we signed a contract.
Okay.
His client, he advised his client to sign a contract, and that contract is full of what his obligations are. And by the way, what our obligations are. Mm-hmm. And we fulfilled every one of our obligations.
Okay.
All he keeps doing is going off center, off course, coming up with other stuff that's not in the contract. All I want him to do is what's in the contract. All I want Dillian Whyte to do is what is in the contract. Nothing more, nothing less. And up to now, he has not done that.
Okay. I said, listen now. Now, again. Well, Frankie Baby say, listen, all I'm asking for you to do, baby boy, is this here. Dillian Whyte, I just want you to do what's in the contract. We have fulfilled everything that we said we was going to do. We said we was gonna give you a whole head cheese sandwich. We was gonna give you a tether ball. We was gonna give you the Rubik's Cube, some now-laters. Listen, also, remember, you are a 300,000-pound fighter. I paid you more money than you ever made in your life. You was broke when you met me, literally. This is what Frank Warren said. I'm being funny, but I'm like, you know, Frank Warren, this is what he said in the interview, the first one. He said, hey, look, man, the man making 32 times, 31 to 32 times more than what he's ever made in his life. According to the WBC. This is what Frank Warren is saying. This is what Frank Warren is saying. Let's continue, though. Let's continue.
Breach. He's not done that.
So you've talked a lot about Dillian Whyte and how disappointing it is that currently, anyway, he's not participating.
Okay.
It's clearly not affected ticket sales. The fight's as big as anyone expected it to be.
Yep.
It's the fact that Tyson Fury is so big. As I mentioned earlier, back here the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
3 magnificent fights. He's back here. The public buy into Tyson. He's bigger than boxing. He's crossed over.
Okay.
That's what sold this fight. Nobody else has sold this fight except Tyson Fury. When we had the press conference, day one, sold 85 or whether it was 90,000 tickets, day one.
Okay, you heard Big Fish. Listen, the Kingfish, a.k.a. Frankie Baby, a.k.a. Fish Eyes, he say, listen, man, Tyson Fury sold this fight. Wait, hold on. Let's see that part one more time.
Nobody else has sold this fight except Tyson Fury. When we had the press conference, day one, sold 85 or whether it was 90,000 tickets, day one.
Okay.
Today, another 4,000 have gone on sale.
Okay.
Sold like that. Tyson Fury. Not a peep out of anywhere from.
And you heard what he said. He said Tyson Fury is the biggest. Hold on. Okay, shit. Hey, listen, bro. I can't argue with the numbers now. Let's see.
Not affected ticket sales. The fight's as big as any.
Yeah, Dillian Whyte not promoting this fight did not affect the ticket sales. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. We can open up the phone lines once we get to 200. If not, I won't open up the phone lines. But yeah, just hit the like button and we'll open up the phone lines. Let's go.
Anyone expected it to be.
It's the fact that Tyson Fury is so big, as I mentioned.
So he said, "Listen, man, this fight is bigger than what you expected it to be. 94,000. If they sold 90,000 tickets, day one. That's, hey, man. That's what he's saying now. That's what he said. I don't have any proof of it, but yeah, man. I don't have any proof of that, but you know, that's what he said. Lisa Bell says, bigger than boxing. Yeah, he said Tyson Fury is bigger than boxing. He's a superstar. He's a star. He's a superstar. He's a mega star. And I'm like, okay, I'm over here in the US. I'm like, damn, okay with that. Like, well, all these guys, I'm saying over here now. Over in the UK, I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't doubt that Tyson Fury is this mega star in the UK. I wouldn't doubt that at all. But I'm saying over here, I'm like, dude, bro, when I listen, I'm gonna tell my brothers and sisters in the UK this. Don't let nobody tell you that that's the case over here. I can damn near promise you. Over here, over here, it's the total opposite effect. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say. But as it relates to what's going on, as it relates to this fight, he sold what 90,000 tickets, and Frank Warren said, "Hey, we put another 4,000 in it, so be it." Me, I don't give a damn. I'm not getting none of the money, anyways. Now Frank is using a little bit of hyperbole when he said that, "Hey, man, Tyson Fury is, he's the biggest. He's bigger than boxing. He's bigger than Joshua. He's bigger than Canelo. He's bigger than Usyk. He's bigger than the cash cows in the division, the cash cows in boxing, who make the mega bucks. You know what I mean? He's bigger than those guys. So hey, man, that's what Frank Warren saying. Now that's what he said. I didn't say it. He said it. A little hyperbole, but
yeah. Back here the first time in 4 years. 3 magnificent fights. He's back here. The public buy into Tyson. He's bigger than boxing. He's crossed over. That's what sold this fight.
Okay.
Nobody else has sold this fight except Tyson Fury.
Okay.
When we had the press conference, day one, sold 85.
Okay.
Or whether it was 90,000 tickets, day one.
Okay. All right. Well, shit. All right. Listen, man. So we're going to have a good fight on the 23rd of April. Whatever's going on with Fisher Eyes and Dillian Whyte, it ain't none of my business. I don't care. Just being honest with you. The undercard is underwhelming from what the people are telling me. I haven't seen it, so I'm not upset about it being underwhelming or overwhelming. I don't know. I'm going to look at it because I wasn't going to cover Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury until next week, to be honest with you. I always like to cover the fighters on fight week, to be honest. I like to cover them. We're going to dedicate a day to that. Get everybody put their predictions in. What it's going to be. Because I do understand that there's some kind of civil war going on online with Team Fury and Team Dillian Whyte fans. I ain't got shit to do with that. That's between y'all. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that. That ain't none of my business, to be honest with you. And I'm not getting in it. But whatever Frank feel like he has to do to recoup his money, so be it. I don't care. Whatever, as long as we get that fight next Saturday on the 23rd, that's all Coach Malachi Williams care about. Dillian Whyte has been a victim. He's been treated wrong, according to his fans. And Tyson Fury, according to Frank Warren, is bigger than boxing. So we have bigger than boxing versus the guy who's been treated wrong. They're going to meet each other on the 23rd of April. May the best man win. May the best man win. I'm favoring Tyson Fury in this fight. Favoring Tyson Fury. Just being honest, I'm favoring Tyson Fury. I don't see in Dillian Whyte what his fans see. Just being honest with you. I don't see it. But maybe he's something that something that I'm not familiar with. You know what I mean? But so I'm telling you right now, you don't have to wait on my prediction. I don't know how the fight is going to go. I don't know if it's going to end in a knockout. I don't know if it's going to go 12 rounds. I really don't have a feeling on it. But I'm favoring Fury. I'm favoring Fury in this fight. That's all I got to say on that. Let's see. Let's look at Edgar. What you say for me? Say sources say Frankie baby reached out to Coach Malachi to put up his YouTube belt against Tommy Fury. Hey, that's a good one now. Edgar, that's a good one now, man. He said, but he bid 41 million halves. Had no quid left. Hey, he wanted to pay me peanuts. Hey, Edgar, he wanted to pay me peanuts. I'm like, oh, yeah, baby, let me give you. Listen, baby, I got some shandies over here. Just come on over here, baby boy. We get no. You ain't gonna be paying me crumbs. They don't work like that. You got to pay me. You see what I'm saying? You got to pay me. Just a fan. He said, there's no such thing as white fans, just Fury haters. Yeah. No, it's some Tyson Fury fans. It's some Tyson Fury fans. James Alexander, he said Fury is going to knock him out worse than Joshua. Okay. Sammy Ali, he said, you see how no one likes to prank or Bob and prefers Showtime and PBC? Oh, y'all talking about Showtime, PBC, and all that. Okay. Kelly Malia, she said, dream it, believe it, achieve it. Okay. All right. Yeah, CIE Fashion Magazine. He said Trevor Bryan is the best heavyweight. Hey, look here, man. Now I felt some type of way about when Frank Warren said that he said that yeah, man, Tyson Fury came over and conquered America. Because he beat Wilder 3 times. He fought Wilder twice. He fought Wilder 3 times and beat him twice. I'm like, wait a minute, but he ran from the smoke from Trevor Bryan. Trevor Bryan is still the American heavyweight champion over here. Until you beat him, guess what? You didn't take over America. That's how I feel about it. That's how I feel about it. You know what I mean? I'm going to ride with Trevor Bryan. I wouldn't give a damn. We going to ride with him. You know what I mean? We going to ride with him. We going to ride with Trevor Bryan over here, man. I am anyways. You see what I'm saying? Butch God, he said, no, Dillian Whyte got fans. Let's see. Dr. DAZN, what you say? He said people talking like Fury never been dropped. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, man, listen. Listen again. Whatever civil war they got going on, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Nissan Warrior, what you say, fam? As much as I dislike Fury, Whyte can only win by KO. And if Fury's chin is the real deal, then I don't see Whyte winning. This is the thing, too, though. Like, we did see Fury get dropped. He got dropped, what, 4 times by Deontay Wilder? And he got up all 4 times. First fight, he got dropped twice. He got up. Third time he got dropped twice, he got up. And when he got up, he stopped the guy who dropped him. Dropped him 3 times in the fight and finished him with a knockout. And then in the second fight, it wasn't even a fight. So what that told me was stylistically, Fury matched up very well with Wilder. And stylistically, Fury's style was a nightmare for Deontay Wilder. That's what that told me. All jokes aside, that's what that told me. Now, from a stylistic standpoint, I want to see how will Fury match up with Dillian Whyte. And I want to see that. I want to see how does Dillian Whyte match up with Tyson Fury. You see what I'm saying? I can't say, oh, because he did what he did to Wilder, he's going to do that to Dillian Whyte. I can't say that because it's like comparing, it's two different fighters from a stylistic standpoint. Fact of the matter is, I can't argue with what Frank Warren is saying because Frank Warren is saying, hey, listen, man, day one, when this fight was announced, we sold 90,000 tickets. As Leonard Ellerbe would say, it's about putting butts in seats. So apparently, Frank Warren is doing something right. Tyson Fury is doing something right. You know what I mean? Now, did the fight sell because of the matchup? Did the fight sell because of the demand that people want to see Dillian Whyte get his fair shake? And this is the opportunity for Dillian Whyte to finally get a shot at the title. So could that been a part of why the fight sold? According to Frank Warren, that's not the case, according to him. So, you know, but me personally, me being on the outside looking in, got a bird's eye view of the situation, I'm like, okay, well, I would think that would factor into it. That would factor into, hey man, that would factor into, hey man, why this fight might have sold. You know, because you can't leave out the fact that, hey, there was a demand for this fight, right? There was a demand for it. Why there was a demand, there's a split, there's a divide as to why. You see what I'm saying? But there was a demand for this fight. The ticket sales prove itself. Now, whether the ticket scalpers bought all of the tickets and then got them on the resale, they probably do. They probably bought all the tickets, more than likely. To be honest with you guys, that's what goes on anyways. You know, when they come out with a fight, you know, you have a scalper, you have one of those guys, they buy all the goddamn tickets. And then the promoter says, we sold out in one day. And technically he did sell out in one day. Because guess what? Somebody bought them goddamn tickets. Minus the comps. So whoever bought them, they bought them all up. The promoter got their money. At the end of the day, that's all you care about, right? And then they got to resell them and put them out there on the open market for more money. So I don't know how much more money you guys in the UK, our brothers and sisters in the UK, are paying for this fight. Because I don't know what I really don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You know what I mean? He said the Kiji said Fury's trilogy with Wilder made him a must watch fighter in the UK and US. Do you live in the US, sir? If you don't live in the US, if you don't live in the US, then the US part is not it. You're wrong about that US part. You're wrong about that US part. We disagree on that. I'm gonna tell you that wholeheartedly, bro. You dead ass wrong about the US part. Now the UK part, you probably 1000% correct about that, but the US part, I can tell you, they're not even talking about that shit over here. They're not even talking about it. And you know, I'm telling you from the US standpoint. Let's see. The boxing scientist, he said Trevor Bryan is bigger than boxing. He's even bigger than New Media Today USA boxing. I mean, no, I ain't saying that. He bigger, you know, Trevor Bryan is bigger than boxing. I ain't saying all that, but you know. Trevor Bryan is the American heavyweight champion. I'm riding with him. Shit. You know what I mean? Sammy Ali, he said White is more marketable than Fury. Yeah, I don't know. Dr. Paul Evans, what you say, fam? He said that they're selling 3 tickets on eBay for 4,000 pounds. 4,000 pounds? Is that a good price? Sound like a lot of. Oh hell no! That's a lot of goddamn money. That's a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. Hector Garcia, he say, Coach, is Dillian really a killer? I don't know, bro. I don't know. We're going to find out on the 23rd. We're going to find out on the 23rd. We're going to find out on the 23rd. I don't know. James Alexander, he said he is right about the U.S. Maybe not in Florida or in the LDBC community. No, he's wrong about the U.S. I can, you know how I know he's wrong about the U.S.? I'm gonna tell you how. Because when Tyson Fury had fights that did not deal with Deontay Wilder, he did terrible in the U.S. I had the receipts on that. And I'm not even a part of the LDBC. So tell yourself what you want to tell yourself, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna. That's your opinion, but we'll see. Bush God returns. What you say, fam? He say, "Damn, that's like $6,000. Damn, $6,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for some tickets, dog. That's a lot of money for some tickets. But guess what? If you can sell those tickets, shit, the people that tells you right there that the people were willing to buy. There was a demand. They willing to buy. That's the hottest ticket in town, apparently. You see what I'm saying? So it is what it is. It is what it is. He says, Coach, they're putting tickets in other places just to sell out the fight, free tickets. Okay. Okay. Pretty much. Pretty much. He says you're excluding the fact that he recalled Boom after the trilogy, sir. Well, I tell you what, there's only one way to back that up. What you're saying, Fury would have to have another fight over here. That's not dealing with Deontay Wilder. He would have to have another fight over here, and then if he does well, breaks pay-per-view numbers and sell out an arena, because he wasn't selling out arenas with Wilder. But if he was able to sell out an arena with without Wilder. Then you can come back and say, see, I told you he was a mega star in the U.S. Then you could tell me that. Then you could tell me that. But the third fight was less successful than the second fight. So then you could tell me that. Let's see. Butch God, what you say, fam? He said, I don't think Fury sold collectively 6,000 outside of the Wilder fights. Cool Boy Curry say, well, we believe, we say we move smarter, not harder. We work smarter, not harder. We're gonna see. He says, not enough American heavies out there. You're right, not enough American heavies. You hit the nail right on the head. The biggest name heavyweight in boxing in America was Deontay Wilder. That was it. Facts. Outside of Wilder, bam. That's facts. That's facts. That's facts. The UK got their heavyweights, and yeah, I think y'all got the heavyweights right now. Yeah, y'all got the UK got the heavyweights. In America, from a name and popularity standpoint, we only had one popular fighter. That was Deontay Wilder. That's true. Nikiji, what you say, fam? He said, I think he would sell out at 20,000 arena at Madison Square Garden with someone like Jared Anderson. Yeah, Jared Anderson is the future of the heavyweight division, in my opinion. He's the future. He's the future. Let's see. Just a fan. Let's see. Kelly Malia would say Fury can fully sell out a stadium in Ireland, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I can only speak for America. You know what I mean? I can only speak for, just a lot of the boxing fans, the fight fans. I came up in, through the Tyson era and stuff like that. So I know what the mega superstars look like. I know the electricity. I know the fight parties and all of that shit that went down and stuff like that. So I'm just saying. Like Lennox Lewis was the man in the heavyweight division. Facts. When he was around, Lennox Lewis was the man. Bottom line, period. But he was hated in America. They didn't even like Lennox Lewis at all when he was fighting over here. He would beat everybody's ass over here. Hey, Lennox Lewis beat all that American heavyweights. It's facts. He whooped them all. He whooped every last one of them. Whooped all of them. Rockman knocked him out. Rockman knocked him out. You know what I mean? The Rock knocked him out from Baltimore, Maryland. Rock put down MC Hammer on him. Lennox Lewis came back. They put that Bama Lamb on Rockman. Lennox Lewis was a bad boy. I ain't gonna say a lot. And I hated Lennox Lewis. But guess what? I have to bow down and say, man, he was the baddest heavyweight of that era. Period. He beat all the top guys in his weight division. Lennox Lewis did that. Shout out to my brother Reggie Owens, man. Shout out to Reggie Owens. He said, you buying this pay-per-view in America? Yeah, I'm gonna buy it. Yep. I'm gonna buy it. We gonna go live for it. He said, why did you hate him? Shit, in America, we tribalist over here. Back then, Mike Tyson was that guy. And in my culture, the way I grew up and the people who I was around, we loved Mike Tyson. Anybody who beat Mike Tyson, we hated them. And we hated Lennox Lewis. We hated Lennox Lewis before he fought Mike Tyson, and we hated him after he beat Mike Tyson. That's just what it is. We tribalistic by nature. Just like in the UK. In the UK, you have people who love Joshua and you have people who hate Joshua. Why did you hate Joshua? They have their reasons why. You have people who love Fury, you have people who hate Fury. You have people who love Dillian Whyte, you have people who hate Dillian Whyte. In America, we hated that. We hated that motherfucker with a passion. And then when he beat all our heavyweights' ass, it's like, yeah, damn, this motherfucker keep winning. God damn, he keep winning. Oh, he beat Tyson, man. God damn. Oh, he beat Holyfield. Well, him and Holyfield fought twice, right? Yeah, he beat the first fight was a draw with him and Holyfield. Really, he won though. Lennox Lewis got robbed in that first fight with Holyfield. Really, he won that fight. He beat the shit out of Holyfield, and it was a draw. So I'm just being honest with you, dog. But we got love over here in the U.S. for Lennox Lewis now. But I'm saying back then we didn't like him. We tribalistic just like you guys over in the UK. Tribalistic in the motherfucker. Shout out to Devon. Hey, okay. For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach Malachi motivate even the greats.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
Yes, sir. We motivate even the greats. You see what I'm saying? Nissan Warrior, what you say, fam? He say, man, I felt bad for Tyson in that Lewis fight. Lewis absolutely annihilated him. Yeah. He played with Tyson, man. He played with him. Man. God damn. Well, hey, I just got over those psychological scars about probably about 15 years ago. Took me about 15 years ago. That's when I forgave Lennox Lewis. I forgave Lennox Lewis about 15 years ago. I forgave him about 15 years ago. You see what I'm saying? You know listen, bro. I was a fanboy of Tyson. Yeah, you know how you know how you had the modern day fanboys today? We didn't have the social media and stuff like it was now, but you know how the modern day fanboy is today, how they get online and fanboy for they, bro, listen, bro, we talked about Tyson in the barbershops. This is what I'm talking about. When the culture of boxing was huge in America, we talked about Tyson in the barbershops. We talked about when Floyd was popping in the barbershops. People was talking about him in the streets. It was, we threw fight parties, stuff like that. This is what I'm talking about. There ain't no fighter from the UK or over here in America that garner that type of excitement for a fight right now today. None. I'm telling you, none. Mike Tyson was that guy. When Floyd was popping, and we're gonna transition over to that. He was that guy. After De La Hoya. When he became Money May, he became must-see TV when he became Money May. Proof is in the pudding, man. Numbers don't lie, man. Numbers don't lie. The numbers don't lie. It is what it is. So I don't. So there's no fighter that's doing that. That's not from America or from America. None. Let's see. Just a fan. What you say, fam? He say, Coach, when it comes to talking about Frank's interview, that's just a good idea. He says it's a good idea. The boss decided, what you say, fam? He used to hate Holyfield because he beat Tyson. I was glad Mike bit his ear off. Oh, oh man. Hey, man. Hey, okay. Nikita, what you say, fam? He said, we all love Rockman after he knocked out Lewis. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. Yeah, man, it ain't no. Hey, Joshua, Little John, what you say? He said, I got cursed out for bringing up Lennox Lewis in the barbershop as a kid. Yeah, bro, I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm trying to tell you. Shit, bro, I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm trying to tell you. Let's pull this up. Tank Davis and Roland Romero had a press conference today, guys. The press, I advise you guys to go look at it. The press conference got a little heated. Some would say that Tank Davis, he bitched up Roland Romero. I guess they thought that Roland was supposed to hit him or something like that. That would have been stupid of Roland if he would have did that. But some people saying he bitched him up. Roland was scared when he was in front of Tank. Okay. Roland was scared when he was in front of Tank. Hold on. In this press conference, you're going to hear Tank talk about some street shit, and said he'll said something of the sort. I gotta listen to it again, but he was saying something of the sort of, because Tank and Roland Romero's trainer got into a verbal altercation. Roland Romero's trainer was like, "Look here, man, stop talking that gangster shit to me, man. You ain't no gangster. This is gonna be between you and Roland Romero in the ring." Now, Roland Romero's trainer, he looked like he ain't the one. He ain't the one. Then Tank called him what he called him? I forgot what he called him. He called him I forgot what he called him, but the shit was funny what Tank said. But they was jabbing back and forth. But the trainer looked like he had a little bit more energy than Roland Romero, to be honest with you. And then Tank went to talking about I'll send them boys, send them goons to your house if it was ever that serious. So he started talking about some street shit and yada 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 blah blah squad. Tank seemed like he was very agitated in this. He's very agitated. Fact of the matter is this: no one is expecting Roland Romero to win this fight. If Tank Davis beats Roland Romero, knocks him out, guess what? Roland Romero is a 14-0 fighter with 12 knockouts. Roland Romero is a C-class fighter, and he's fighting a guy that some would say is the best fighter, one of the best fighters on the planet. And he's fighting a C-class fighter. So, I wouldn't hold any too much stock in it. They're hyping the fight up. Let's see what Leonard has to say. Let's see what Leonard has to say. Here go Leonard Ellerbe, guys. Here go Leonard Ellerbe. Let's see what Leonard has to say. My favorite promoter right now, Leonard Ellerbe, Snots his nose, a.k.a. Garage Nose.
Floyd has a press conference today.
Davis versus Romero.
Right, but my point is he's not here, is he?
I'm not here to talk about Floyd.
I'm just asking you. I mean, is he here?
No,
he's not here.
No, he's
okay.
Not.
Why is he not here?
Because I'm here.
Okay, so Leonard Ellerbe is there to promote his fighters, Roland Romero and Tank Davis. The reporters asking him about Floyd Mayweather. Leonard Ellerbe simply said, "Listen, I'm not here to talk about Floyd. I'm here to talk about Tank Davis, this fight right here." And he said, "Why is he not here?" Leonard, now I like what Leonard said. He said, "Because I'm here." Leonard is the CEO of Mayweather Promotions. Leonard is the boss. He's the CEO. Well, of course, we know Floyd is the boss, but I'm just saying we know Floyd owned the company. But listen, Leonard is the boss. He's the CEO. He is there to promote that fight. But let's continue. Listen. Now, if Floyd would have been there, we know what Floyd would have said. Tank, what did you have to say about Roland Romero? I can handle that. Like I said before, we believe in working smarter, not harder. I knew that when I signed Roland Romero, a few years back, we knew that we was going to be feeding him to Tank Davis. And he's started boxing when he was 17 years old. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a young fighter. Hell of a young fighter. He doesn't have the skill set to even compete with Tank Davis. But we knew that one day we was going to put him in the ring to fight him. And we do have a plethora of fighters that Tank can fight. And this was just one of the plethoras that we put in there. You see what I'm saying? So any questions pertaining to the Tank, you're going to address them to me. I would be more than willing and happy to answer those questions. So it was a good thing that Floyd wasn't there. You said, to be honest, it was a good thing he wasn't there. But let's go ahead, Leonard. Go ahead.
I'm the CEO of Mayweather Promotions.
I understand that, but Floyd is also Mayweather Promotions.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question.
Okay. Look at Leonard. Look at Leonard. Leonard, what's up?
Just to clarify a few things, what's happening with Tank? Like, are you guys going to resign him? Like, there's a lot of, like, people don't know what's going on.
Tank has a huge fight on May the 28th. That's what I focus on.
So they asked Leonard, they said, hey, Leonard, what's going to happen to Tank after the fight? He's talking about the contract. His contract is up. Leonard, Tank has been saying a whole lot of things. Leonard said, hey, look here, baby boy, listen. Right now, man, Tank got a huge fight on the 28th of May. That's what I'm focusing on. Leonard ain't taking the bait. He ain't talking about no contracts, none of that shit about Floyd. He's strictly on code. What the code is, we going to stick strictly on Tank Davis. Don't ask us about no contracts. I ain't answering no questions. Shout out to Major Key Boxing in the building. Let's continue.
And I'm sure he's really, really excited about coming out and fighting in front of the thousands and thousands of fans to be here at Barclays Center.
Okay.
And that's what his focus is. That's for you guys to kind of talk about and all that. We're not focusing on that.
Okay.
But he's still signed with you guys then after this fight? Like, can you clarify that?
I don't want to discuss it, but why would I be talking about contract issues? Fighters' contracts, this is not a forum for that.
He's right about that. Now, Leonard is right about that. Why would he be talking about fighters' contracts? Now, the reporters did their job. They asked the questions that the people want to know. Hey, man, would Tank still be signed after this fight? He said, I'm not here to talk about that. This is not a forum for me to talk about fighters' contracts. He's right about that. He's right about that. He's right about that. He is right about that. Let's continue. Go ahead, Leonard.
Great main event. Can you talk about who we might see on the undercard? Give us a sneak peek.
I can't do that yet. We're working on it. It's going to be a terrific card.
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you that.
All right.
Speaking of this fight, he's saying it ends in one round. I think when we spoke,
let's continue.
A few months ago.
He's going to ask Leonard, when does he think? What is his prediction for the fight? Now everybody know what the hell going to happen. Well, everybody think they know what's going to happen. Just like we thought we knew what was going to happen with Esau Cruz. Esau Cruz went 12 rounds. And he had Tank on his bicycle. Something I never would have thought in a million years would have happened. But Rolling Romero ain't Esau Cruz. We'll see, man. We'll see. Let's go. Let's continue.
I'm getting old. But do you see it as a fight that goes one round, or do you think it will go a little longer than that?
I can't say how long the fight's going to go, but I'm very confident that it ends in a knockout.
Why
no doubt.
The switch from LA to New York?
So we can stop right there. Leonard says, he asked him about how does this fight go. He said, I don't know how the fight's going to go, but I'm pretty sure it's going to end in a knockout. Question I have for you guys is this. What do you guys think? I'm not even going to do a survey on this. What do you guys think? How do you rank? Do you look at Rolling Romero? No, I got a better question. How do you see Rolling Romero? Is Rolling Romero a A-class fighter? B-class fighter? C-class fighter? Or D-class fighter? We know that Tank Davis is a A-class fighter. Where do you rank Rolling Romero? Joshua, what you say? Hell no, Rolling is a bargain basement version of my yoga. And that's saying something. Oh, man, okay. That's how you feel, Joshua, about Rolling? Cool Boy Curry, he says a D plus fighter. Damn. D plus fighter. Thomas Jones, you say C class fighter. Okay. Kelly Malia, she say C class fighter. Daniel Rios, he say X class fighter. Steven says Rolly is a C class fighter. Okay. Boxing Scientist says Rolly is a C minus fighter on his best day. Shout out to Vic G. K Carlson, what you say? If Tank breaks his hands, Tank gets knocked out. Okay. All right. K Carlson say B. All right. James Alexander say C minus. Tupac 13 say Rolly is a clown. Tank is fighting a clown then, okay? Lisa Bell says D class fighter. All right, so pretty much we know there's an overall consensus that Rolly. Vic, you with the bullshit. Adrian says Rolly is a B class fighter because of that knockout power. Okay. Asian boy say Rolly is a trash can. Johnny Gutierrez says F plus fighter. Okay. All right. So there's an overall consensus that Rolly Romero is going to get knocked out from any YouTube channel that you go on, and all of the people that I see talking in the chat. No one gets given Rolly a chance in hell. So now, another question I have is this. Tank Davis is a Class A fighter. Would anyone agree with that? I mean, we haven't seen him in there with the Class A guys like the Lomachenkos and the Haneys and the Teofimos and those other guys, but there's an overall consensus that Tank Davis is the best lightweight in the division that hasn't fought the other top lightweights in the division. He's been crowned the best without fighting those other guys. That's fine. Follow me. Let me show you where I'm going at with this. So my question is this. If Tank Davis leaves, I don't even want to talk about Rolly Romero fight. There's no need for that. That's a foregone conclusion what's going to happen with that. I'm just being honest with you. And I'll be talking about big Rolo. Yeah, I'll be, big Rolo. I might put $1 or $2 on Rolo just in case, but let's be real, dog. Rolly Romero is a fighter. When I break this shit down, Rolly Romero is a fighter that has 14 wins, 12 knockouts. Rolly Romero is a guy who started boxing at the age of 17. Rolly Romero is a guy who has terrible footwork. He has no defense. And the only thing he does is load up on his punches and then land the power punches. That's it. He doesn't have the footwork that Tank Davis has. He doesn't have the ring IQ that Tank Davis has. He doesn't have the ring generalship that Tank Davis has. He doesn't, bro, I can go on and on and on the things that Tank can do way better than Rolly Romero. This should not even be a fight. The simple fact that this fight was made is disrespectful to the fans. It's probably not disrespectful to Tank Davis's fans. Because remember, I told you, Tank Davis fans, Tank Davis can be fighting Kermit the Frog. They're gonna buy every ticket and be happy as hell. And make an argument for why this fight should be made. This is facts. I've been studying them. But fact of the matter is, Rolly Romero ain't got no business in the ring with Tank Davis. But the fight was made. You got a guy with 14 professional fights, 0 amateur background, started boxing at the age of 17, and he's in there with the guy who was a monster in the amateurs. Some would say he's a 3-division world champion. They say he's the best lightweight in the sport of boxing. Leonard Ellerbe says Tank is the biggest superstar in boxing. That's what he said. Or will be. And he's fighting a D-class fighter. That's the facts of the situation. So, my question I have is this. If this is so, Tank Davis is that guy, the best in the world. The only way he's going to be able to prove it to the other people, he's going to have to show, because we've been seeing where Floyd Mayweather say that his team ain't handle that. We believe in working smarter, not harder. Over here at the PBC in Mayweather Promotions, we're like one big happy family. We have a plethora of fighters that Tank Davis can fight, right? And people have been saying because of these in-house fights, it's making Tank look bad. Tank ain't fighting the top competition. He's fighting these in-house fights that his promoter has him on. This is what they're saying. My question is, once Tank leaves Mayweather Promotions, if he leaves him, they won't nobody be able to blame Floyd Mayweather anymore. Tank should be able to make those big fights once he leaves Mayweather Promotions. He should be able to be willing. He should be able to make the big fight with Lomachenko. Once that war is over with, he should be able to make big fights with Devin Haney. He should be able to make big fights with George Kambosos if he chooses to. He should be able to make big fights with Teofimo if he decides to move to 140. What I'm saying is, once Tank leaves Mayweather, if he leaves Mayweather, that's still a big if. I have my doubts about that. If he leaves Floyd Mayweather, he should be able to fight those top guys. See, I'm an old school guy. No one is going to tell me someone is the best if I haven't seen them in the ring with the other guys who are considered the best as well. The era that I came up in, again, I don't have any emotional attachment to these fighters. I don't have an emotional attachment to them, right? Once he leaves Floyd Mayweather, Tank should be able to get those fights to those other guys, and that'll clear all doubt for me. For me, you see what I'm saying? And that's so. If you know, Rolly Romero don't have any business in the ring with Tank Davis. That's one. Two, if you guys agree that he's a C and D class fighter, why is this fight on pay-per-view? That's two. Now, I do have the answer for that. I know that probably Tank wants a certain amount of money. And the way the PBC roll is this. We pay you small upfront money, guaranteed money. You get paid like $1 million guarantee, 1.5 million guarantee. And the rest you got to try to get on the strength of once we tabulate all of the sales of the pay-per-view. What they like to call the back end. I expect this fight to do well. It's probably going to sell out in Madison Square Garden. That's where Tank got his first. As a matter of fact, I think Tank became a champion in New York, if I'm not mistaken. As a matter of fact, he did. When he first became a champion, he became a champion in New York. Nobody knows who Rolly Romero is. So this fight is when this fight is a sellout, it's going to be sold out because of Tank Davis. His diehards, I told you, his diehards will watch him. He could be fighting SpongeBob, Kermit the Frog, Smurfette, Pop Smurf, Gargamel, Azriel. They're gonna sell that. They're gonna sell it out. I respect those Baltimore fans. I respect that. So that fight is going to sell out. Now the pay-per-views, that's where the water gets murky at. That's where the water's going to get murky at. Let's see how that pay-per-view do, though. Let's see how that pay-per-view do. He says, I saw a headline that said Tank owe Floyd $1.3 million. I don't know how true that is. I don't know how true that is. What you say? He say, Coach, what does it say about Tank if he stays with Floyd? What does it say about Tank if he stays with Floyd? It says that Tank doesn't want to fight the top guys, and he was capping, or his fans was capping, when they said that Floyd was holding Tank back. That's what that says. Because if he re-signed with Floyd, knowing that he's not going to get the top fights, then that means that Tank doesn't want the top fights, and he's content with fighting the Rolly Romeros and the Esau Cruzes. Then that means that all that stuff that we've been hearing that Floyd was holding him back was cap. That's what that means, boxing scientists. That's what that means. That's what that means. He say Floyd doing the Don King accounting. Alden, what you say? He said that's 100% true, Coach. On Tank Davis is big money. He leaves Mayweather. I believe it's because he's finally ready to prove the others that he can do it by himself. He ain't young no more. No, he'll be 28 this year. He'll be 28 this year. Shout out to Vice.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2 bam super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, "Hey, Coach, hit him with the TDD clip, sir." Oh, the TDD clip? Yeah, man. We hit it with the TDD clip.
We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
This is different.
You understand? We have Jennifer Lopez, we have Maluma, we have J Balvin, we have. So when I called him up, I was like, "Yo, what do you think? What do you think, Eddie? If we bring the belts together?" And Eddie said, "That shit is a good idea." I think the only person that can be Canelo right now is like maybe 4 years or 5 years from now, my son. You know, like Triple G and Canelo and all these guys, they're bums, bro. They're bums.
But once Teofimo became undisputed, look how many champions we got that's undisputed now.
Cool boy Curry. What you say, fam? He say, coach. You say, coach, Rolly defense is terrible. I might feel bad for him. Tank first degree murder. That's the overall consensus. That's the overall consensus. Rolly Romero doesn't have any defense. He doesn't have any defense. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and the like button. Oh, then what you say? He say Tank has a legacy right in front of him once he leaves. Hey man, all I know is this. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Because Floyd Mayweather made it clear. He made it clear right here what they do. He made it clear right here that they're only going to have in-house fights. Tank Davis knows this. If he stays with Floyd Mayweather, then that means he's going to get a plethora of Rolly Romeros. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. We know this. We know this, right? That's what's going to happen.
Anything at all of where you'd like to either fight next as far as 130, 135? Anything at all?
His team gonna take care of that. You know what I mean? I mean, our thing is this. You know, we work smarter, not harder. So we keep everything in-house. Mayweather Promotions, PBC. I mean, we all one family, so I mean, we're not gonna go nowhere and make another company great. So we got plenty of fighters that's at 140, 135, and 130. We're gonna continue to fight the fighters that we got to fight.
That's what it's gonna be. Those ducks that you saw in that clip, one of those ducks is Rolly Romero. So to answer your question, my brother, the boxing scientist, if Tank Davis stay with Mayweather Promotions, that means he was complicit and content on fighting these C-class fighters all along. I don't want to hear nothing else about, oh man, Floyd holding them back. No, we ain't gonna be able to scapegoat Floyd. You're not gonna be able to use Floyd Mayweather or Leonard Ellerbe as a scapegoat. If he signs back with them, that excuse is gone. Null and void. And I don't want to hear nothing about who the best is, because I see the other guys fighting each other. We saw Teofimo fight Lomachenko. We saw Teofimo fight Comey. We saw Teofimo Lomachenko fight Comey, Nakatani, Teofimo fight those guys. We saw Teofimo fight George Kambosos, a 13-1 underdog and lose. We've seen Devin Haney fight Jorge Linares. We see Devin Haney fight Jojo Diaz, and now we're seeing Kambosos and Killer Cam and The Dream fighting each other in Australia. So we see what's going on in the lightweight division with some of the fighters, and we see what's going on with Mayweather Promotions. So I want to see. I want to see. And that's me being as fair and as objective as possible. Right down the middle. I'm being fair and objective as possible, right down the middle. We're going to see. We're going to see. He says, Floyd is not making other people great. Floyd is not into making other people great. Well, Floyd got his money already knocked down. He got his already, so he don't care. You see what I'm saying, my brother? That's how you look at it. He said Calvin Ford might be on the Rise podcast tonight. I might ask him about Tank's latest comments that he's leaving. Yeah, he probably ain't going to answer that. He probably ain't going to answer that. You know what I mean? I think last time he said Tank ain't going nowhere. They just got to sit down and work it out and talk. He said just ruins boxing, man. Tank needs to do his own thing. He a grown ass man, bro. You might as well say he's 28 years old. He'll be 28 this year. He ain't no baby. He a grown ass man. KD, he says, Coach, have you seen Danny Garcia on Fight Hub when he was asked about boots? No, I haven't seen it. Bro, I didn't even know Danny Garcia was still boxing. I thought he had retired. School X-Mon, he said facts, coach. Yeah. You know me, man. You know me. When you tell me your fighter King Kong, he the best in the division. He ain't nobody better than him. He beats all of those guys. Listen, you got to give me something better than Roland Romero. You know my motto. If you tell me your fighter King Kong, his ass better be fighting Godzilla. If you tell me that. Don't tell me your fighter King Kong then. Just tell me, look, dog, we happy for him. We riding with him because he's from where we're from. We don't care who he fight. We're going to support him, and we're going to push this narrative that he's the best in the history of boxing, this and that. Just tell me that. And I'll be like, okay, I got you. I can respect that. But don't tell me that this guy Godzilla and they're fighting Dark Green Duck. That's all I'm saying. I'm old school, dog. I'm old school. He said, man, that boy Tony Harrison threw a punch at Louis Arias at the presser. He ran off the stage and ran at Arias. Damn, okay, I didn't even know that. Tony Harrison, okay. Yeah, you know, Detroit stand up. Detroit stand up. Katie, he said, check it out, coach. He said short. It goes with what you're talking about now. Check what out. Oh, you're talking about Danny Garcia? Talking about Danny Garcia? Yeah. Yeah, man, I ain't think about no Danny Garcia. Like, for what? Like, Danny Garcia ain't no box no more. I don't think about Danny Garcia. I ain't thinking about when Keith Thurman came back and fought. If they ain't fighting, I ain't thinking about them. I ain't checking for them. They don't make their money, they good, they Gucci or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't, to be honest with you, I've never been this Danny Garcia like fan like that anyways. I like Danny. He's a good kid. His father did a good job in raising him. He had a good father and mother. I like his story, Philadelphia, all that stuff there. But Danny Garcia was good at 140 for me. That's it. He's a flat-footed fighter, slow. He's good with timing. And he's lost to all of the, every time he have a step up fight in the welterweight division, he's lost to all of them. Outside of Crawford, he hasn't fought Crawford. So that's what I think about Danny Garcia. I'm just being honest with you. Just being honest with you. And this ain't no shade and nothing like that. It just, it is what it is. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Easy Breezy, he say Haney and Cambosos is fighting for history. Meanwhile, Tank is fighting the great value version. Oh my God. It's about putting butts in seats. Let's see. Malcolm Roach, he says he definitely should have stayed at 140. Yeah. Once Danny Garcia moved up to the welterweight division, when he fought Sean Porter beat him, outpointed him. He lost some close fights now. When he fought Danny, I think when he fought Keith Thurman, I think that was a split decision. And then Errol Spence just beat the shit out of him. Errol Spence, coming off a car accident, beat him like a pinata for 12 rounds. Literally. So that tells me everything I need to know about Danny Garcia. You see what I'm saying? That tells me what I need to know about Danny Garcia. He say, Cherry Garcia. Oh, you call him Cherry Garcia? And this ain't no shade. It is what it is. But let's look at the fights we got. Hey, what he say? Gabriel say, Coach, stop ducking, sign the contract. I want an Amazon belt. Sign it. Hey, look here, man. Look here. I told y'all I was booked for the rest of the year. Man. Right now I'm trying to unify. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and I'm already undisputed in YouTube. So I don't did that already. Right now I'm trying to unify the other 4 social media weight divisions right now, baby boy. You got to get in line. I got to look at what your ranking is. Have your people call my people and we can see if we can make it happen. Get in contact with Steve Kim on Twitter and get in contact with Ron Boy Fresh. Ron Boy Fresh is my manager. Get in contact with them and we'll see. But let's look at what we got looking forward to this weekend. This weekend. This weekend we have, let's see what we got. We know that's April the 16th. Also another thing too. Floyd Mayweather has a fight coming up. He's back out of retirement. He's fighting one of his former sparring partners on the helipad in Dubai. I just thought maybe you guys wanted to know that for the Floyd Mayweather friends. You know, Floyd Mayweather's back boxing again. I know you guys are happy and excited about it. The guy I think he's boxing has 12 fights, 12 wins. It's his former sparring partner. And so I know you guys are very excited about that. I know you guys are very excited about that. I know you are, okay? You know what I mean? No, you guys are celebrating like it's 1999 about Floyd is back. Like I said before. Let's see. We have Triple G. We're going to talk about this dude right here, Triple G, as well. We'll talk about him tomorrow. Triple G. I be damn. Boy, Teddy Atlas made me not like this dude right here. Teddy Atlas made me not like Triple G. When he went to talk about that, him greater than Marvelous Marvin Hagler, that right there was enough to send me over the edge. When he said that. Let's continue. Let's go. Who else we got? April the 9th, Ryan Garcia versus Emmanuel Tago. They had a press conference today, too. The reason why I haven't talked about it because there's nothing to talk about. Maybelline and mascara versus the fake version of Azuma Nelson. Emmanuel Tago is going to get put to sleep as well. He has no defense. When he throws his overhand right, he leaves himself wide open for check left hooks. I predict that Emmanuel Tago will get knocked out by Ryan Garcia with a check left hook. He's going to run into the shot. That's what I predict. I know that I'm supposed to represent for Ghana. Shout out to the great Azuma Nelson. I love him. He's my favorite fighter. One of my favorite fighters of all time. Azuma Nelson. Ike Corte was a bad boy as well, but Azuma, you know, I love Azuma Nelson. Emmanuel Tago, I don't get Azuma Nelson from him. Yes, he is fighting Mascara, but hey, Mascara can fight. For all of those Ryan Garcia teenage fangirls who are upset with me because I called them Mascara, you will be able to send me threats at newmediatodayusa@gmail.com. You can send your threats to me on Instagram at Coach Malachi Williams. Send me a DM. You can threaten me there. And you can threaten me on Twitter at Coach Malachi, okay? Send your threats there with your compacts as well. Let's continue. Let's see what else we got. Erickson Lubin versus Sebastian Fundora. Okay. I'm gonna go with Erickson Lubin in this fight. Stylistically, Sebastian Fundora is like 6'6", but stylistically, he fights to his weak. He's gonna fight to Lubin's strengths, in my opinion. But Lubin I question his chin. I do question Lubin's chin. So, but I'm gonna just ride with Lubin on this one. I'm gonna just ride with him on this one. Let's see. Michaela Maya versus Jennifer Hahn. Okay. They fighting on ESPN. Errol Spence Jr. versus Jordanis Ugas. Don't be surprised if this fight go 12 rounds. And don't be surprised if this fight is a lot more competitive than what they're telling you. A lot of people are saying that Errol Spence is going to knock Ugas out and he's going to ditch rag him and do A, B, C, and D to him. We're going to see next week. Another thing is Errol Spence is boxing. That means he's fine. He's healthy. There's nothing wrong with him. If the brother was to lose to the other brother, Jordanis Ugas, what I don't want to hear anything about any car accidents. I don't want to hear anything about a retina. The reason why is because he said he was fine. There's nothing wrong with him. And if he is, if the car accident, self-inflicting car accident, is something that you're concerned about, or the retina is something that you're concerned about, evidently Errol Spence is not concerned about it, and he's fighting. So that means he's healthy. If he's not healthy, he shouldn't be fighting. So we're not going to use that, okay? Just want to run that by you guys, you heterosexuals who may feel some type of way. Now, Conor Ben is fighting Chris Van Herden. I think this is the guy who fought Bruce Ennis, and it was a head clash or whatever the case may be. Jason Cunningham, okay, all right, that guy's fighting. Joel Diaz Jr., okay, this is going to be a pretty good fight. Mercito Gesta, okay. We got John Casimero, okay, versus Paul Butler. This guy right here, okay. Nikolic versus Zuko, okay. Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. I will be paying for this. I want to see this fight right here. We want to see this fight. I want to see what's what. Is Dillian Whyte what they say he is? We'll find out. Or is Tyson Fury what they say he is? We know he's the champ right now. We know that. So we're going to find out. I'm anxious to see that fight. This is going to be, listen, Fury fans and Dillian Whyte fans are going to have bragging rights either way. And then we have Darren Tetley versus Esuman. And then we have Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano at Madison Square Garden. And we have Shakur Stevenson versus Oscar Valdez this month of April. There should be no complaints about boxing for this month of April. We are getting more. Our cuppeth runneth over. And we're going to see what's up with this Triple G fight next, Saturday. Not next week, this week. We're going to find out if Triple G, is he old? Has Father Time caught up with him? The guy that's supposed to be, he's greater than Marvin Hagler, according to Teddy Atlas at one point when he was working for HBO. Nigga, please. He say Spence versus Ugas are going to go 12 rounds. Haney KO'd. He said Haney KO'd anyone since Kell Brook. Haney KO'd anyone since Kell Brook? I don't know what you mean by that. She says, when is the last time Errol Spence knocked anybody out, please? 2018, he knocked out Ocampo. Some guy named Ocampo. That's the last time he had a knockout, 4 years ago. Let's see. Oh, you meant to say hasn't. Okay, hasn't. Yeah, okay. Malcolm Roach, what'd you say, family? Said I got Spence in a competitive 8-4 fudge, maybe 7-5. Okay. You mean fight? Yeah, fight. Okay. Kelly Malia, what you say? You say White will bring road mad science, maximum violence. Okay. Okay. We gonna get into a lot of this. We're gonna get into a lot of this tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna get into a lot of this. I got Spence by decision or late round TKO. Okay. D Mark Jr. He say nobody heard of Ocampo before or after. Yeah, haven't heard from him before or after. I don't even know what happened to him, to be honest with you. He must be buried somewhere on the PBC island somewhere. I don't even know where he's at, to be honest with you. Mo 9, what you say, family? Say White getting stepped on. Okay. White getting stepped on. Garcia wins WrestleMania. Okay. Headshot. He said, when did Teddy Atlas say he was greater than Marvelous Hagler? Teddy always been calling Triple G overhyped forever. Man, shit, I'm talking about when he was working for HBO. When he was working for HBO, when he was working for HBO, him and Max Kellerman, that's what they was talking about. Teddy Atlas is the same guy that looked, he said this shit. Could he be the next Hagler and this and that, making Hagler comparisons. When he was with HBO, they bragged about Triple G. Teddy Atlas is the same guy that looked Terrence Crawford and what's my main man name? Terrence Crawford and what's the dude from Oakland? Andre Ward in the eyes. Two guys who was 64 and 0 between two fighters. When Terrence Crawford became undisputed at 140, Teddy Atlas is the same guy that said that Lomachenko, a guy who had 10 fights, one loss, it was 9-1, said he was pound for pound better than both of them. That guy, Teddy Atlas. This is years ago. Let's see. KD, he said, Coach, in your opinion, what are some of the Spence's weaknesses in the ring? He's a flat-footed fighter. Spence doesn't really have too many weaknesses. He fights, he's a flat-footed fighter. He fights, he has a very pretty, in my opinion, pretty basic style. 1-2 down the middle, go to the body, put his head down, go to the body, push you back, work behind the jab real good. He can take a punch. He has dog in him. I would say his footwork. I think when he fought Sean Porter had the superior footwork. His footwork is, he had a lot of trouble with Sean Porter. So I would say, if anything, his weakness it'd be his footwork. His footwork, in my opinion. On the boxing scientist, he said on the PBC has a plethora of D-level fighters. He said Teddy is a hater. Yeah. Over there at HBO, all they did was praise the Eastern European fighters. That's all they did. That's all they did. Boy, that used to make me mad, bro. He said, actually, Ocampo been wrecking for real, Slim. Yeah, if he has, I haven't heard of it, Ron Boy Slim. Ron Boy Fresh. I haven't heard of it. If he has, please, I'm gonna look him up, Ron Boy, and see. I'm gonna look him up and see. Knockdown 305. He say Teddy been punch drunk. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If you say he pound for pound number 1 over Crawford and Andre Ward, something's wrong with you. And if it's based on accomplishments, how can you ignore the accomplishments of Crawford and Ward at that time and put a guy who had 10 fights, pro fights, put his accomplishments over them? He says he's fighting for 12 rounds. He knows he's gonna be in a fight with Ugas. It's simple fighter. He's gonna bring it. Yeah, Spence doesn't really have that many weaknesses. I would just say maybe just his footwork. If he gets in there with the guy who has way better footwork than him, he's gonna have problems with him. He said Lomachenko has no business anywhere near the top of the pound for pound list. I mean, the pound for pound is subjective to the individual. That's all it is. It's subjective to the individual. You know what I mean? That's all it is, man. It's just subjective. I didn't even have a problem with him saying Loma's on the pound for pound. I just had a problem with him saying that a guy that's 32-0, two division champion, undisputed in one weight division, was moving up to the welterweight division, is and another guy who was a multi-weight division champion as well, 32-0 as well, 64 wins between the two. And you're saying that, you know what I mean? That's the only thing I had a problem with. That's all. He say no, we need to say USA, but he say Taylor Atlas is a has-been, and never a great trainer. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he know a lot about boxing, but I'm not one of those. Oh my gosh, that's Teddy Atlas. Oh, he has an excellent boxing mind. When he go to saying dumb stuff like that, I'm like, man, hell no, the hell with Teddy Atlas. When you go to saying dumb stuff like that, like, I'm not no Teddy Atlas worshiper, not me. He said Ugas going to give it all. Yeah, it's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Key. He said, Coach, Adrian Broner became a world champion again. Can he become a world champion again? I don't see it. How is he going to do it? Who is he going to fight? Who is he going to beat to become a world champion? You see what I'm saying? Like, who is he going to beat to become a world champion? Adrian Broner can't beat none of the top guys. And then when Adrian Broner fights, he doesn't let his hands go. There's a reason why he don't let his hands go, because he doesn't want to get countered. When you see a fighter get in the ring and they don't let their hands go, it's because they felt the punching power of that particular fighter that they're fighting, and they don't want to get countered. Because when you let your hands go, you open yourself up for shots coming back at you. So Adrian Broner is a gunshot fighter right now. That AB that we knew from years ago before Marcos McDonald, that AB is over with. That AB is over with. That AB is over with. But let's give everybody a round of applause. Give everybody a round of applause. I'm finna get ready to go to this concert. Round of applause, man. Round of applause, man. We're gonna give everybody a shout out that's in the chat right now. Shout out to Trick. Shout out to Trick Nardo. Let's see. Shout out to KD. Shout out to Boxing Pro Boxing Media TV. Shout out to Major Key Boxing who was here. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. Shout out to Egg. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Gabrielle. Shout out to the Queen Ava. Salute to the boxing scientist. Shout out to Arlette. Shout out to the fight doctor in the building. Shout out to Kay Causey. We're gonna cover these fights in more depth tomorrow. Shout out to Devon Webster. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Edwin Castillo. Shout out to Aiden Johnson. What's going on, bro? Shout out to the Kiji. Shout out to KO's Phone Live. Shout out to Tracy Carter. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Knockdown 305, Dade County represent. Shout out to my brother Roach, man. Roach out there in Houston, Texas. Salute to you, fam. Shout out to Just a Fan. Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh from DC. What up, Slim? Shout out to the Queen Deborah Booker. Shout out to Edwin Castillo. Shout out to Drummond Phone Live. Shout out to Alden Johnson. Shout out to Apaka. What's going on, fam? Shout out to KOs for Life. Shout out to Tupac 13. Shout out to Pugilism. Let's see, man. Shout out to we didn't get the 200 likes. That's why I didn't open up the phone lines. But we'll chop it up tomorrow. Shout out to Mo 9. Shout out to VQ Chris. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Tracy Carter. Shout out to Kelly Malia. Shout out to who else we have? Steven 47. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Vice. Shout out to what's happening, man. Shout out to Gabrielle Silva. Shout out to Daniel Rios. Let's see. Shout out to the good doctor, Dr. Paul Evans. And salute to Lil Green Eyes P. Shout out to Thomas Jones. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Pugilism. What the lick read?
okay.
Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. What's happening? Shout out to the Queen Isabels. Shout out to the boxing scientists.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Brandon in the house. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Eric 1984.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to the Guru. What's happening? Shout out to who else we have? Who else we have in the building? Easy Breezy. What's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Don. What's happening, bro?
Hey, okay.
Let's see. I think we got everybody. I think we got everybody up here. Man. Nikiti, once again. Shout out to Damian Bennett. What's happening, fam? Shout out to let's see. Shout out to KO for life.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Schoolo X-Bond. Shout out to Ram.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Dario Smith. Shout out to Gabrielle's on Silver.
Hey, okay.
And I think I got everybody, man. Other than that, that's it. It's our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New media today, USA Boxing. Tomorrow we're gonna have a damn good show. Get ready to go to this new edition concert. New edition Charlie Wilson. Charlie is what we call them. And Jodeci. We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna make it do what it do, man. And it is what it is, man. We didn't get the likes today, man. I guess it was a lot of people from the UK that was watching today. I don't know. Maybe they felt some type of way. I have no idea. It is what it is. And in the US, no one is really crazy about this particular subject matter as it relates to Tyson Fury online on this channel anyway. So I don't know why, but it is what it is. But we will be talking about the fights tomorrow. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna talk about Triple G tomorrow, guys. Triple G. We're gonna talk about him and the rest of these guys, Tony Harrison, and we're gonna make it do what it do. Other than that, that's it. This is our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. New media today, USA Boxing.
You're begging me not to leave, and I refuse to let you go.
You know my motto, guys. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Come on.